dealing with insurance battles with mountains and just being able to kind of keep this sport going. So I really do appreciate it.
That was an understatement back in the day, that's for sure, because it was they didn't want us around. We spent a lot of time up north in Canada. They spent a lot of time in Europe because at some point, I believe it was like 80, 81, we weren't allowed to do any somersaults in the States on snow. And so we had to do a lot of behind the scenes type of thing. We would do it right. But I spent a lot of time in Europe and in Canada just getting my athletes to an area where they could train, so we could be somewhat prepared for the upcoming season.
Gotcha. So how did you get, where are you originally from, and how did you get the start into kind of freestyle and somersaults and the exhibition of the hot dog freestyle?
Yeah, certainly hot dog was what we thought of back in those days. Freestyle wasn't even there yet. But I grew up in, I say grew up until I was 16 in Southern California.
Okay.
So basically spent, I wasn't a big surfer or anything. I did all the other sports, football, basketball, baseball. I wasn't a very big guy, so it was not something that I was going to be pursuing. And my dad was from Washington State, and he literally came home one weekend. I was going into my junior year in high school and said, I think we're going to have to move to Washington because your grandmother's not doing well. And I said, what, like when, this summer? He said, no, like this weekend. Yeah. And you could imagine me, a teenager at that age, and getting into high school and all the stuff going on. I was a rebel for the first year. We moved to Spokane, Washington in 1968. And I was a big baby. I pouted and wasn't going to do anything that, he said, that's no problem. You can just shovel snow. That's what you want to do. So 68 was one of the biggest winters still to date that they've ever had. And I'll never forget when I started shoveling snow and it was over my head. I said, well, maybe I should try the skiing thing. And literally, some of my buddies at school drugged me up there, and they had night skiing, so we'd go after school. And I got, not 2 or 3 months into it, and I was hooked. I couldn't get enough. And so I skied probably in those first 2 years, because I started going down under to South American skiing. I started doing wherever there was snow, I would go. And probably more in the first 2 years than a lot of people did in a lifetime at that time. But my second year of skiing, I became a ski instructor, and that was my senior year in high school. And all I heard about was Snowboard and Alta, and actually Snowboard wasn't even open then, so it was Alta that I wanted to go and ski. So we a bunch of us got together, 3 guys, myself, and we jumped in my car and headed to Utah, and we skied taught skiing at Solitude and skied every day at Alta. And then we skied a high traverse at Alta over Snowboard before it was open, and we just cruised some of those bowls, man, all by ourselves with snow that was up to our neck. Sometimes it was absolutely crazy. So that was kind of the way I got going into skiing, and it happened fast, but I couldn't get enough of it. And I was in Alta in 1970. Well, I was there 71, 72, and I spent a winter in Sun Valley. But in 71, I believe, I caught wind of this hot dog thing going on. There's a few of us at Alta that were busy doing somersaults or trying somersaults if you were, because there was no any way to really kind of have any instruction. In fact, the first instruction I ever got, we went over to Snowboard, because again, back in the day, we were having a difficult time doing it on the slope. And we hiked up with some shovels and built a bump. And the good news was there was about 3 feet of snow that day. But one of the guys that I was with said, it's super easy, man. Just come in as fast as you can. You hit the top of the jump, throw everything backwards, and you'll get around for sure. And I did, man, 2.5 times. It was like a Help Me Mr. Wizard cartoon from the days of past. But thank goodness it was 3 feet of powder. I survived it. But again, that rush of doing it and feeling it, and the adrenaline buzz was got me started.
Hey everybody, I hope you enjoyed that clip. You can click right here to see the entire episode. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.